Okay.
To disclose or not disclose, 600.
Okay, the fun one. I like this one. Oh, yes, I have to bring this up. We just talked about this for 3 hours in our standard forms committee at HAR. Someone died peacefully in the property 10 years ago. 10 years ago. However, the seller knows about it. Does the seller need to include that on their seller's real property disclosure statement?
Yes.
Do you want, okay, is that your final answer?
Yes.
Okay, no? No.
What?
It's not. That's not what the law says. The law specifically says that if it's not a, what do they call it? Notorious event. Now here, there's a caveat though. This is what most people don't. It's easier for us to remember to just disclose it no matter what. The caveat is, the law says that although it may not be a notorious event, if the buyer is asked if it makes a difference to them and it's material to them, then it has to be disclosed. So if the buyer says something like, gosh, I hope no one died in this house, then that would mean that it's affected by them. So we go back to Ilarka's answer, which is, when in doubt, you want to disclose. Even though the law may have that little loophole there, you don't know if it's going to affect the buyer. But I want that to be very clear so we don't automatically say, got to disclose. We have to think about it first. Right? Okay.
To disclose or not to disclose?
For
400. 1,000.
every day from 3 to 5 p.m., there is no street parking in front of this house, and traffic increases right there in the neighborhood by 10 minutes because the school lets out. Does the seller have to disclose that and include that as a neighborhood condition on their seller's real property disclosure statement?
No.
Because what if a fact, defect, condition, past or present, that measurably affects the property to a reasonable person? Is that your final answer?
Yes. No.
The answer is yes.
That's what I said, yes.
Okay, go ahead.
Say what for 400?
Oh, say what? We like these, all right? Okay, so you're at a listing consultation. Everything is going great. You're excited. Big smiles all around. You're ready to go and say, all we have to do is sign here at this listing agreement. And they say, oh, wait, hold on. I have 2 other interviews with other real estate agents tomorrow. So I want to wait till after I meet with them before I decide. What do you say?
Sign it. No.
Okay. Last time I checked, the whole
I asked the company name, so I know who my competition is, and I should have called beforehand anyways and found out who.
Okay, so I'll tell you the company names. It is
Joe's again.
Century 21 and then Joe's.
Joe's. Any discount brokers in there?
No, we don't know. We don't know.
Joe's is. Joe's is.
So what are you going to say?
Well, I don't know the right answer, but I would have probably tried to explain to them that, go over the benefits again of everything that we can do for them. Explain that we're the number one.
Okay, so if I'm them, what are you going to say? Pretend.
I think I'm going to have to call a lifeline.
Okay, call it. Did you didn't do that?
First off, before I go on the listing, I do my pre-listing interview.
No, too late. You forgot. We're at the, this question is you're right there. And I say, well, I got to interview 2 more people, but I like what you got. I think we're probably going to go with you, but I really want to hear what those other 2 say tomorrow.
So I would generally know who the realtors are, and then I would tell them my statistics against these other realtors, and that I'm the best in the market, and that they're my priority, and I can call them and let them know that you signed the listing with me already, and they don't need to come in tomorrow.
Okay, so you would tell me that, I'll tell you what, if you're happy with what I have to offer and look at what I've done for my clients, if you're comfortable with that, I can do that for you. And why don't we sign now? I'll let the other 2 know that you decided to use me, and then you don't have to worry about it, okay? What I like is you got to at least try to close. Don't ever say, okay, I'll wait for your call tomorrow afternoon. Try a couple times first. Lifeline, huh? Yes. Okay, Sean.
Say what? No. Tools 400.
593-6477. That's what it says.
Yeah, I know. It's somebody's phone.
593-6477.
I need to poll the audience.
You have to ask them a question to poll them.
The phone number 593-6477. What is it?
No, they can't ask that question. That's what I
Why?
thought. Poll means how many of you think this, how many of you think that. So that doesn't work for polling the audience.
Now, wait a second. You just changed the rules of the game.
No, that's what polling is. Polling isn't give me the
This
answer.
is like playing with, a game with my kids.
Oh.
Um,
They're even trying to give you hints, even though I told you shh.
It's the longest game ever.
Okay, 5 seconds.
I get.
You already had a lifeline.
okay, I'm going to poll the audience. Who knows the answer?
Okay, that didn't work. The answer is help desk. That's the tool.
Well, I was getting to the help desk.
That was the. Polling means you ask.
Yes, I did. I asked.
Well, they knew the answer.
But you didn't allow me to.
Okay, Brandy, go ahead. Read.
For 200.
Which one?
Tools for 200.
Oh man, I'm ruining this thing. Okay, hold on. Good tape. It's the system that calls you within 15 seconds when you get an inquiry on our website asking about a property or asking about yourself as a realtor.
What the heck is it called?
Another one you can't pull the audience.
No, I'm trying to think of what it's called though. It's not lead router. Is it lead router? Used to be. Do a lifeline. Tanner, use my lifeline.
Yeah, they both did.
Hello. In touch?
There you go. All right. Sean,
400.
I knew you were going to win that one. Market. Current median price for homes and condos.
For homes and condos?
Yep.
That's a $400 question? Are you kidding me?
Yeah, it's kind of easy.
It should be a $1,000 question. 658.5 and 328.50.
It's close. Does anyone know it? I didn't look up the answer. I think it's 648. It's 648.5 and 350. Yeah. You kind of mixed it up, but you're close. You're close. It was. I would have made it 1,000.
Still wrong.
Brandy.
Moving right along.
To disclose or not disclose? Good choice. So many options.
The electrical box during. Okay, remember this is if the seller needs to disclose. Okay. This is kind of complicated.
Oh, great.
So the buyer has their professional home inspector go in and they look at the box and there's a double tap,
Okay.
right? We know that double tap is not the code. And so the buyer makes the seller aware of that. It wasn't on the first seller's real property disclosure. Does the seller need to disclose that in writing now?
The inspector found it?
The inspector for the buyer found it. And then the buyer told the seller. Does the seller now need to redisclose in writing this information when the buyer found it out?
Yeah, it sounds.
Is yeah
Yes.
your final answer?
Because it's a safety issue. It's not up to code.
You shouldn't have kept talking. But we're still gonna give you the answer is still yes, but safety issues don't really.
Can't win, Brandy wins.
Yeah.
Go for it.
No, we have
Say
final
what?
Final Jeopardy.
Say what?
Yes.
So because this happened on one of mine,
Mhm.
we didn't go in and disclose it, we just fixed it. We were supposed to disclose it also, huh? I mean,
We didn't either.
we just fixed it.
Then we get to what is a disclosure. So I-4 and I-5 govern that. So I-4 says when there's an incorrect or inaccurate fact on the seller's real property disclosure statement, then the seller has to correct that. They have to do another written disclosure. I-5 says as the buyer finds it out, then the buyer can cancel, right? So if the buyer tells the seller, hey, this wasn't in your disclosure, which makes it inaccurate, and it's a material fact to me, then the seller's supposed to go ahead and redisclose. Now, let's say they sign a J1 request for repair and remedy that says exactly what they're going to fix. That could serve as a written disclosure. So the form of It doesn't say it has to be our form. It doesn't say it has to be, but it has to be a written disclosure with a receipt.
Okay.
Right.
So that takes, and
Yeah.
we agree to do it, that's just like this closing.
Right.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, that's why I put that question down there. Say what?
Yep.
Sure.
I seem to be better at dialogue than anything else.
I think I think you're great. You're my buddy. Drinks the other night. Barbecue was great. But I really got to go with someone more experienced in this area to sell my house.
Just like Button. Just
So
like
what did we talk about last week, Tammy? I just lost another listing that was a friend of mine. Do somebody...
That's not a good way to start the answer, though.
No, it's not. You can find more experienced people than me. You will not find people more dedicated to making sure that I meet your needs because you're my friend, not because I'm a real estate agent, even though I do really love what I do. I believe that I am your best bet.
I love that confidence. That's really what it comes down to, is the confidence, right? That was awesome. I believed you.
Get me in the door.
I wish we had more say what. I would give you more of them.
So convincing.
What stage are we in based on year-to-date stats, our last report? You can pull this one. That'd be interesting. How many people think it's 2? How many people think it's 1? How many people, yeah.
How many think it's 2?
Raise your hand. Okay.
How many think it's 3? I can't be between though.
You can do 1 or
let's see, one
you have to
person
decide
against
now. You can pull 1 or 4.
Pretty good odds there, Secretary.
I'm gonna say 3.
Good work. Yes. Okay, now get your. You gotta give me the ones that you're gonna bet for Final Jeopardy.
What is the?
Go big or go home.
Okay.
What's that?
I will
22?
never
Just
win this
take up
down.
24.
Oh wait.
That's only 22. If I get it right and you get it right, you still win.
What is it?
Give him 22.
Whoa, that's okay. This one's a tough one too. Are you ready now?
400 left. I'm not going home broke.
Are you ready? Okay. Here's the question. How many years and months
Ah.
has Phoebe been in real estate?
What?
Yep, that's the question. We gotta make it fun at the end. Okay? No. I don't even know the answer. Okay, so you got 5 seconds to think of your answer.
I've thought of my answer.
Okay, what's your answer?
3 years, 11 months.
Don't answer yet, Phoebe, but we have 3 years and 11 months. And Brandy, what's yours?
5 years, 4 months.
5 years and, oh, we're gonna have to do major math.
3 years,
3, 11,
months.
5, and 4. How many? What's it been?
Oh my God! Myra got it. She was right.
Wow. Okay, so Sean actually wins, but you both get prizes, so I just did that at the end for fun. See me after. We have a box you can pick from. That's fun. Yeah, it's like a treasure chest. Right. So this is just a fun way to keep us thinking, especially about disclosures and dialogue. So next time, volunteer when we do this. We do this like every few months. Any questions?